welcome back. Cigars and Syndication. I'm Robbie Rogers. I'm here with Jay Noor, where we're passionate about cigars and real estate. And today we're smoking a Cavalier Genevieve.
Hi, everybody. I'm Junaid Noor, and welcome to Cigars and Syndications. Robbie, this is a very interesting cigar. This is another boutique cigar, um, and you know, Cavalier is like one of those names that a lot of people have not heard of. But again, thanks to my friend Sammy at Casa de Monte Cristo in Chicago, he sent me these wonderful cigars. Um, you know, just the aroma before you even light it, I get like a cedar aroma. And then once I lit it, I got a nice cedar taste, some chocolate, um, not a lot of pepper, but a good cedar taste and chocolate. What are you getting out of this?
I'm getting a lot of the same. It's not there's almost no pepper. It's a really nice mild draw. I'm getting a lot of chocolate and maybe just a little vanilla on the retro hail. It's a really good smoke. I'm really surprised. It's solid.
So, we've talked in our previous episodes, we've talked a lot about different aspects of real estate, how to buy, how to look for it, how to evaluate it. But but today we're going to talk about the psychology, the mindset. You know, what kind of a mindset do you need in order to succeed? And which a lot of people call the millionaire mindset, right? How do you get to the next level and then to the level after that?
I think it's a wonderful topic. It's really, there's so many people, and maybe some people are bitter and they don't understand, and oh, this guy's lucky, and I'm a firm believer in you create your own luck, and I think a lot of that has to do with your mindset and your open mindedness to new ideas and continuing education and continuing your own journey in education.
I agree with you. We're putting out an article in regards to mindset. It's going to be on our website, www.albanyparkcapital.com. Hit the resources tab. Um, and I want to talk a little bit about mindset as far as our own experiences go. But yeah, I've failed a lot. I failed a lot of times, and I think that people don't understand the difference between failing and being a failure. And I think people just assume that just because I have failed, I am a failure, and that's what distinguishes the different mindsets.
I think that's a great point, and just because you have experienced a setback or a failure, it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It's just an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to grow, and continue to keep that strong drive and that mindset that's going to help you be successful.
Yeah. So, a lot of the experiences that we have of failing and getting back up, we understand how we learn from our failures. But, I was reading this book and I'm going to pull it up over here. It's called Mindset. And this is by Carol Dweck. She's a PhD. And a lot of the information in here, and if you haven't read this book, everybody should read this book. Anybody who wants to be in real estate should read this book because the people who have been in real estate already understand the concepts in this book and already understand what the book talks about. But she kind of puts it in writing, so when you see it in writing, you're like, oh yeah, I kind of operate this way. And one of the things, so she differentiates mindset in two categories: the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. And we'll talk about each one of those. But basically, the growth mindset is I failed. I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I'm going to keep growing. And the idea of learning and growing is to keep learning and growing. Whereas the fixed mindset is, well, I'm either born with it or I'm not.
Yeah, and you're a perfect example of the growth mindset. Your career has had some failures and some successes, but you've always used those opportunities to grow. But you really drive yourself to always be improving and always be a step ahead and not be left behind, and you're really good asking questions to peers and just continually improving yourself.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Ravi. I appreciate that. So let me give you an example. So one of my first real estate deals in Chicago was a complete disaster. Like, we bought the property, we didn't know what the market is going to be, we didn't know what the repairs are going to be. It was a 10 unit property that I bought with a friend of mine as my business partner, and we didn't know anything we were doing. We were trusting the person who was selling it to us. We were trusting what they had to say and what they told us about the property, but we didn't know anything about running a property. We didn't know anything about how to collect rents. We didn't know any of that. And the property the project was a complete disaster. We lost money on the deal. We wound up getting rid of the property and going our separate ways. And I'll tell you, my buddy was bitter with me for a long, long, long time. We've made up now, and we're good friends again. But there's a lot of learning lessons, from that. And the fixed mindset would basically say, people are either born to be landlords or be business people or be real estate developers or whatever the XXX, whatever it is that you don't think you can be. People are either born with that knowledge, or people are just inherently good at that knowledge, and I'm not. And therefore, this is not for me. This doesn't work for me.
And I think there are some small truths to some of that. I mean, there are some people that are just naturally gifted and talented in certain things, and but that doesn't mean you can't improve yourself from where you're at. It doesn't mean you can't get good or be good at anything that's in front of you.
So the fixed mindset mentality is, a lot of people think that they're born with certain attributes, and one of the things that the book Mindset talks about is that she says there's no such thing as a real genius. Nobody's born with the capability to know anything, right? So I'm not born with any specific knowledge. You're not born with any specific knowledge. Now, certain people have learned different techniques and different tricks on how to do certain things. Like people who are good at math, right? How to they've learned how to study it and how to understand it, and they have little shortcuts and tips that they've learned that help them get better and learn faster.
So conversely, with the growth mindset, um, you always are learning. You're always open to new ideas, and you know, challenges and failures are just another opportunity to learn. Through my career, I've been, challenged with different opportunities. I've been in small businesses. I've been in big corporations, and to take a small business mindset and go into a big corporate mindset, if I had a fixed mindset and just thought that, this is it, this is what I know, and this is as far as I can go and as far as I can grow, I would have really stunted my career. I would have really uh, had a negative impact on my career in the corporate world. But I didn't. I had a growth mindset. I learned all of the different challenges. I mean, from going to Peachtree to going to Oracle to just all of the different meetings and all the hierarchy and all the different things that I could have had a closed mind to, but tried my best to learn, how to adapt and how to succeed in a different environment.
So with the growth mindset, you can see how if you're thinking about growth, about learning, even if you fail, you'll still learn. But with a fixed mindset, if you're not thinking uh, that success is that learning is a part of success, or um, that success is only when you've achieved something, when you've achieved a goal, that fixed mindset will keep you, because once you've achieved that goal, what happens next? If your growth mindset is about constantly learning and you've achieved a goal, so we have a goal, for example, and if our audience has set a goal of, I'm going to uh, renovate and flip 5 houses this year. And if you have a fixed mentality or a fixed mindset mentality, once you've achieved that goal of 5 houses, where do you go from there? But in a growth mindset mentality, you're like, oh, I've gotten the 5. Well, now I'm going to go to multifamily. Well, now I'm going to go to multiple multifamilies, or I'm going to go to self storage, or I'm going to learn something else. I'm going to learn something new. But the fixed mindset, once you've achieved the goal, you're stopped.
Yeah, and in that fixed mindset, I mean, if you hit a roadblock, you feel like that you're at your capacity and not able to find a way around that obstacle. But by allowing yourself to be in a growth mindset, you could definitely educate yourself and learn new things and go from residential to multifamily, go from residential to self storage or whatever. But if you stop, if you hit a dead end and you see it as a failure and you see yourself as a failure, it really is going to impede your growth.
I read another book which is recommended for anybody in real estate, and again, it was recommended to me. I didn't come up with these ideas. Somebody smarter than me came up with it. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It was written back in the 70s, and it's a very interesting book that complements the mindset book that we're talking about. And basically, he talks about how you can think about being successful, and the universe kind of comes together for you. And as long as you are thinking positive and you are thinking about success and you're thinking about growing, not just about the success part, but learning from it, then you'll always achieve success.
I really like that concept, and I try to be positive in all my situations, and even in the ones that it's really hard to find a shred of positive in, I can find that shred and hold on, and I think it does make it is way easier to envision yourself being successful with that positive outlook on things.
Well, that's pretty much it for this episode. But so here's the question for the next episode: can you change from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, and how do you go about doing it? And we'll talk about that in the next episode.
And continue to smoke this delicious Cavalier.
Yes.